Well, here we are in St David's in Pembrokeshire. We're here because tomorrow we're off on an RSPB island adventure. St David's is famous for being the UK's smallest city. It gained city status in the 16th century because it had this cathedral, but it lost it in 1888 and then regained it again in 1994. Well, this is the City Inn in St David's, and we'll be staying here for the next couple of days. Well, it's later the same day. This is St Justinian's, about 2.25 miles from St David's. We'll be catching the boat to Ramsey Island and Grassholm from here tomorrow, so we came to check it out. That's Ramsey Island off in the distance there, and hopefully that'll be us tomorrow. The weather is beautiful at the moment. Let's hope it stays like it. Okay, it's the next morning. We're back at St Justinian's. We've made our way down these steps to the lifeboat station at the bottom. We'll catch the boat from here, and there's a bit of bird life on view from here. We've got an oyster catcher. Well, we're just making our way down the lifeboat slipway to board the boat, and then we're off to Grassholm first to see the gannets. Okay, Grassholm is about 7 miles from the mainland. We're just approaching it now, and all that white you can see on it is gannets and gannet poo, and the air is filled with gannets as well. They're all around us, and there's some great filming and photo opportunities. Grassholm is actually the third largest gannet tree in the UK and the only gannet tree in Wales. This is my first proper view of gannets. Absolutely brilliant, thousands and thousands of them, not just on the island itself, but in the sky and in the surrounding sea, which got a shot of a diving juvenile there, obscured unfortunately by someone's hat. But that's a young one. The adults are actually pure white with black markings and a yellowish tinge to the head, but it takes around about 3 to 4 years to get that adult plumage. Absolutely fantastic sight. All the birds on the top of the island are breeding birds, but there's small groups further down which are non-breeders, probably younger birds and birds that haven't found a mate. Although I think gannets, once they have found a mate, they mate for life. They'll come back to the island and find each other during the breeding season. What an amazing sight. These trips are fantastic that are run by the RSPB.
It's wonderful, isn't it? It's great, isn't it? Stunning island. All these seals as well.
But as you heard the lady say there, probably on the soundtrack, we also saw Atlantic grey seals. Really good views of those both on the rocks and in the surrounding water. And also my first view of porpoises. Very fleeting view, but I did manage to get these couple of stills. Okay, we're on our way now to Ramsey Island, and we've got an escort because the gannets are following the boat. They actually follow any boat because they think it may be a fishing boat. Okay, we're just arriving at the western side of Ramsey Island, and we're just going to have a quick look at the small colony of kittiwake they've got here. There's not that many, but just checking them out. Not many compared to the Farne Islands where we were a few years ago. Okay, we're off to the eastern side of the island now to land. Okay, here we are at Ramsey Island landing stage and just about to disembark. Okay, here we are on Ramsey Island. We've just had a little introductory talk from the RSPB warden, just climbing up the path towards the marked trails that you have to keep to. And it's just a blaze of beautiful wildflowers. Everything from thrift to sea campion. There's a working farm here on Ramsey, rearing sheep. You couldn't really farm much else here. There's a few Welsh mountain ponies dotted here and there. You've got a choice of 3 trails to choose from: the North Circuit, the South Circuit and the full Island Trail. The trails take you through various habitats, cliff top views, grassland and heathland, and quite hilly, almost mountainous terrain. We took the trail to the western side of the island, which then turns in a southerly direction. Then the trail rises quite steeply through quite rough terrain to a ridge. When you reach that, it rewards you with stunning views to the west. The path then continues quite steeply up to the summit. If you reach that, you're rewarded again with stunning views to the south and Skomer Island, which is about 25 miles away. Okay, at last to the wildlife. It's all birds, didn't see any mammals at all. There are red deer here, but we didn't spot any of those. We saw buzzard and fantastic, our first view of wild chough. Chough is a very rare member of the corvid family. There's only estimated to be between 250 and 350 pairs in the UK. There's also some nesting birds on view. These are fulmar. I think it's the first time I've filmed these. Also saw this little bird on the wall. I think it's actually a female or a young linnet, I'm not quite sure which. Also little owl, one up on the wall there, distant. And I think this is a young meadow pipit. There's certainly some adult meadow pipits around. When we first saw these, we said they were rock pipit, but I think rock pipit are more likely to be seen on the shore and among the rocks, so I think they're meadow pipit. Also looking out on the water, quite a big flock of, I think they're razorbill, they're quite distant there. And there's some nesting on the cliffs. Also saw pied wagtail, but by far the most numerous bird on the island, wheatear. Got really good views of these young wheatear, including this cracking view, this one just on the cliff edge there. These are the first wheatear I've seen and filmed in quite a while. They've got an amber status. There's probably about 240,000 pairs in the UK, and you can see them between March and October, namely in coastal areas and northern and western Britain. Also got this view of this cracking male stone chat. Fantastic little bird. It's probably the best footage I've got of a stone chat. And last but definitely not least, to the south of the island, the RSPB have put up these scopes looking towards these cliffs, because as you can see, I was able to find him on the camera at last, a male peregrine falcon. This is my first view and footage of a wild peregrine falcon. We've got a male there and the female, who I couldn't find in the viewfinder. She's a bit bigger and does most of the hunting, and they've also got chicks which didn't show themselves, but as I pull back, you can see how beautifully camouflaged peregrine falcons are. Well, that's almost it. We're on our way along this rugged path back to the harbour to catch the boat. So that's almost it from Grassholm and Ramsey Island. And what a day it's been. And look forward to getting back to the hotel and a cold beer. I'll see you next time.